Why did Bill Thompson say that you started the San Francisco scene?
I guess because there was, like I said, there was no place to play, and I heard these people in this club talking about they were going to invest their money in something, and they didn't know what. And I was just sitting at their table, and I said, "Hey, give it to me," you know. And they said, "Well, what do you do with it?" And I said, "Well, I'll open a nightclub and put a band in it. You can have the nightclub. I'll take the band." And they said, "Okay." And so I went and found this bar that was kind of not doing too well during the weekend, and I went there every night. And so I told the guys, I said, "I think if we got this place, we could, you know, have it here." So we got this place, we got their beer and wine license, and we started fixing it up, you know, painting it. And I did a bunch of paintings of old blues guys around the room, and Paul and I, we built this stage, you know, with a double tier on it and everything to raise the drummer up. And as we were building it, out of the woodwork, you know, coming over to see what we were doing was the Grateful Dead, Janis Joplin, you know, Steve Miller. I mean, there were all these other bands looking for a place to play. So, you know, it was just apropos in the right moment. And
What was the place called?
The Matrix. It's called, and it's still there on Fillmore Street in San Francisco.
The same exact place?
No,
Okay.
it's much more fancy now. Upgrade and, you know, ritzy, you know. Those days it was Hippieville.
What was the pre-San Francisco scene like?
Well, God, you had all the great, you know, when I grew up as a kid in San Francisco, I mean, I was very fortunate. I got to hang out with Johnny Mathis and his brother, his younger brother, Ralph Mathis. He and I were buddies. So we hung out with Mathis, and we got to meet, you know, and go see, you know, Errol Gardner, Miles Davis, Nancy Wilson, you know, God, I remember Mathis having a party and the Jazz Crusaders played during one of their first gigs, you know, and people like that, you know. And in San Francisco there was all kinds of great music going on, you know. Plus there was a whole folk scene going on. Plus there was all this great comics going on. You know, we had Lenny Bruce. You know, I remember seeing Lenny Bruce. My parents took me to see that. You know, yeah. You know,
Your parents were
Mort
pretty
Saul.
progressive.
You know, my dad was a big Mort Saul fan. You know, I mean, we had all these great things going on. You know, all the time in San Francisco.
But what do you think the spark, the culmination for the San Francisco scene was?
I think
something happened, and basically, you, many others, it just exploded. And it took the country by storm, and the country basically followed it.
Well, I think actually it was acid. I think it was acid and the pill. They both came at the same time. Everybody was free. No, I think that had a lot to do with it, you know, because you'd be on the stage and, you know, you'd feel this metallic taste, you know, and you know, I used to go around with my little pint bottle in my coat, you know, because I was afraid to drink anything or leave it anywhere because I was getting dosed every time I played, you know, and you know, that's a long trip every day. You know? But you know, you're playing on acid. You just open up and go and take off. And so we got into this jam band kind of idea, which happened in our music, and we just began to explore, you know, all these variations and varieties of playing the same songs, because we all knew how to get back to the song and how to get to one if we wanted to. In the meantime, anybody could start anything, anywhere, or begin it any way they wanted. And we all worked our way around into that song, you know, and that all came about purely, I think, because of the acid.